Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine, and this time we're going to look at Little Feat. We are indeed going to look at Little Feat, and specifically this video is going to be just about their last record album, which is just being reissued as a 4-CD deluxe set. And I thought, well, I haven't really covered the other deluxe sets in this recent reissue program from Rhino looking at Little Feat. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to not only show you what's inside this one, but to go back and show you what's in these others. So if you only are interested in this, just fast forward. But I have a feeling that some of these others haven't been featured so much on YouTube or reviewed as such. And I thought it might be a good opportunity to show you them all, because this is a fantastic reissue series, and Rhino Records have done a really good job on this. Sometimes they don't always do that, and there'll be a video looking at the War reissues soon, where I think they could have followed this template, which they've done for Little Feat, and because this is how to do it if you're going to do these kind of sets. Anyway, let's have a look at each one in turn. So this is a look inside the Little Feat Deluxe reissues from Warner Brothers, Rhino Records. And as I said at the start of this video, I was originally just going to do the last record album and realised I hadn't really covered the other ones in this series. And I know that some of you will just want to fast forward to when I look at the last record album. But this video, I've decided to do like an overview of all the recent deluxe editions for Little Feat. So hopefully this will be of use for people like myself who've only recently really started to collect these. I'm going to start with Waiting for Columbus, because this is the first one in this series that I bought. This is the most deluxe looking one, and also the most expensive looking one, although the price has dropped considerably. And this has, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CDs in here. Inside the box mimics the original vinyl album. On the inside you've got the CDs, so you've got the original album, which mimics, as I said, the vinyl gatefold, and then you've got July 29th 77. These are all double albums and the quality of them is fantastic. And that's August the 2nd, 77. And in the last one is August the 10th, 77, in the one that I got here. And the booklet for this one is a softback book, but it's extensive notes and history of the recordings of the band up to this point, the politics of the band, what was going on, how the band was coming together. They were obviously at the peak of their powers when this was released, and it is one of the best live albums from the 70s. So if you don't have it in your collection, this is an absolutely superb way of getting it. And by this point, the band were very much in their jazz fusion kind of period of their output. So that was the first one that I bought, and then the next one I got was Sailin Shoes, which is from 1972 originally. And on this one they mimic the old Warner Brothers labels of the dark green, and there's a booklet inside it. And all the booklets to this particular series by Little Feat are all really well done. Lots of history, lots of detail, and it's this approach that made me want to dig deeper and look forward to the next ones in this series that comes out. This is a really fantastic way of doing these. You have the original album, you have the outtakes, which are always good, and then you have a live concert. The next one was Dixie Chicken, and the album originally from 1973. Again, the Warner Brothers label has changed, and they're all fold out digipacks, and this one also has on disc 2 the outtakes and then a live concert from the time, from 1973 in this case. And the booklet again is not skimped upon. Sometimes Rhino seem to do these kind of things half-heartedly, but on Little Feat, they haven't. So the booklets are really good, lots of photographs, the full story behind the artwork, all the lyrics are included. You know, it really is a good 360-degree overview of a classic album. So that is Dixie Chicken, and then the next one changed a bit in the design, but equally because it has 3 discs. So this one has the original album, and this original album was from 1974, then a whole CD of outtakes, and then again a concert from 1975. So 3 CDs, and the booklet is in the left-hand panel. And again, really nice design, colour coordination, full story behind the album itself, and a few photographs as well. And then there's always a bit of facts and stuff about the actual recordings and what's on the new ones, etc. So that was Feats Don't Fail Me Now. And then the most recent one, which I know there's one that many of you have wanted me to show you. This is different again because it's 4 CDs, so it's in a kind of little box that you would get. The War reissues is similar, although where it differs is that with this one, unlike the War reissues, there is a booklet. So you've got this fantastic live concert from 1975, which is a 2 CD set. And then you've got the actual album itself, and this follows the design of the first view, although obviously because we've got 4 discs, it's got the outer slipcase. So you've got the 2 CDs, and you've also got the book, which sits in the middle. And again, full story behind this album and what was going on with the band at the time, and some facts and pictures about facts about the live discs, where the recordings are from. I just shot past there a picture of, I think, Mr. Plant somewhere from Led Zeppelin, so I'll see if I can find that for you to see. And there he is. So that's the last record album. So 2 CDs plus the 2 CD live set, comes with a booklet, full detail there, and it is a fantastic concert. So that is an overview of the Little Feat Deluxe sets from the live one that came out originally not that long ago and up to the last record album. So that's a look inside each one of these recent Little Feat reissues, starting with Waiting for Columbus right up until the last record album, which is only just appeared. They're good, aren't they? And everyone I know who's bought these has said for each one of them how well they've been put together. The original album remastered sounded fantastic. Ted Templeman, you see. You know, Ted Templeman's production techniques, the in-house producer at Warner Brothers at this time, Montrose, Doobie Brothers, Tower of Power, obviously Little Feat, everything sounds timeless. However, you've got the remastered album, then you've got a disc of outtakes, and then a live concert. So they've gone from being like 2 CD affairs to 3 CD and now 4 CD. Obviously the live one was 8 CDs. Have I always been a fan of Little Feat? No, I haven't. When I grew up in Birmingham, and there's lots of music shops there. I'm saying this because in the 70s I used to go and want to try out guitars and hang around music shops, you know. And music shops used to play, apart from having little signs up saying don't play Stairway to Heaven or Smoke on the Water, they always had a certain type of music playing in the background, and it was nearly always Little Feat or the Doobie Brothers, so muso band stuff or some jazz stuff, but it was nearly always seemed to be Little Feat to me. And I didn't get it at first. I didn't quite understand them. Maybe it's because it seemed to be too lightweight compared with the kind of rock music I was listening to at the time. But now I absolutely love this band. And in fact, at one point, I even had one of the box sets by Little Feat and gave it away because I didn't get it. But I'm such a new convert to this band. In case some of you watching this thinking, well, Phil's probably, been into them forever. I haven't. I only got into them when I bought this. I don't mean the original album. I mean this. When did this come out? It wasn't that long ago, was it? I've been into Little Feat since 2022. There you go. I'm being honest. 2022. That's when I got into this band. Because this is just stunning jazz, fusion, jazz rock, fantastic instrumentation and musicianship and songwriting. I just didn't get it at first. And so getting that, when each of these appeared, Sailin Shoes, Dixie Chicken, Feats Don't Fail Me Now, and this new one, I've gone from one to the other, and each one of them, I've just fallen in love with the band even more. Where are the reference points for those of you watching this thinking, what are they like? And I know many of you watching this and you've been Little Feat fans for decades, so you can say in the comments, what else I should listen to, whatever. But in a way, I should have been into this band from the very beginning. I love the Doobie Brothers. I love the Allman Brothers. A band that I didn't, again, at the time, wasn't that connected to was Steely Dan. Steely Dan, the Doobies, Allmans, Little Feat. That is, to me, all makes sense to me now. And it's joyous music that really makes me feel great. And the production of these is superb, and not just musically, but the way they've been put together, the artwork, the booklets. I'm just going to say this because not only am I saying this for you in the community that's part of Now Spinning Magazine, but also the record labels that I know watch this. And I don't know whether anyone from Rhino is going to watch this. This, guys, is fine and really good. And when I do my war overview, it isn't so good. It's same label, but obviously same design in many ways, but very done differently. And the main difference, the booklet. Now, you might think that the booklet is not important, but I think that the booklet, for those of us who buy physical music, CD, I'm talking about primarily CDs now, because the demographic that buys physical music, this kind of reissue program, the CD is really important. If we are looking at people of my vintage, we probably bought the vinyl album at the time. We want the extra tracks, we want the live stuff, but we want context. We want to know about where that came from. How was it mixed? What was going on in the band at the time? Can you involve the musicians? What have they said about it? How do they feel about it? We read the booklets over and over. Just as though you have that kind of romantic image of people sitting with a record sleeve on their knees, looking down on it, which just had the engineering credits and musician credits and song titles. The booklet in a CD package like this is really important. So this really helps, not just for those of us like me, who are more recent converts to this band, because this is fantastic. Not only can I listen to it, but I understand where it came from, what was going on at the time, how the band came together. Fantastic. And the sound quality is brilliant. Everything about these is brilliant. Fantastic. And this new one, the last record album, is my favourite so far. And it's about £30, which I think is absolutely fine for the level of detail that's in it. So that's Little Feat. The reissue program up to this point, primarily a focus on the last record album, really well put together, and this live stuff. And isn't it amazing that there's all this stuff is there, because you would have thought it all would have been kept in waiting for Columbus. But this is a fantastic set of albums and a fantastic reissue program. So if you've always been a fan of the band and you're hesitant, you've got the older CD versions and you're not sure, I think you're going to be very impressed, and some of the prices for these is really excellent. But I think 30 quid for the new one is also very good. Let me know in the comments, are you a Little Feat fan? Have you always been so? If you're kind of like nearing my age, mid-20s, did you like them straight away in the 70s? Do you still follow them? Because they're still going, and if you've been a recent convert, is it because of these reissues? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please subscribe, visit the website, And if you want to become part of the Now Spinning Magazine community, become a patron or YouTube member and you'll get access to our private Facebook group and our private groups on WhatsApp, and invites to our twice monthly meetup at our own virtual pub called the Now Spinning Arms. Take care, keep spinning those discs, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.